Okay, so this morning we're having to give the animals some hay, but I just wanted to share with you something different that we had to do. So our other bale spear, if you remember it from my other videos, it's yellow and it has three prong things that goes into, you line it up to the middle of the bale and then you stab it and it picks it up and carries it. Well, that isn't always the best one because these are very big bales. Actually, you can even tell the difference between those bales and this. These are big bales, but look at the difference. They're very heavy, very big bales. And then when you get it over to where you want to get it, you set it down, and then we were tipping it over so that the animals, that's how you want it to be. Well, that bale spear wasn't I don't think very good for that type of thing. So we broke one of the flung right off last time we gave the animals hay. And actually it almost hit that window of the tractor and it could have broken the window, but thankfully it did not do that. So, but it's having to get fixed. So today we needed to give them hay. And so a long time ago, one of our friends gave us this other type of a bale spear. A lot more heavy duty, right? Kind of different, but you can tell it's very much stronger, and these are a little bit thicker, right? And there's not a third one; it's just two. And because it picks it up from the bottom, you don't stab it in the middle. Picks it up from the bottom, and it just kind of carries it to where you need it to go. So we had to switch that out, and now this is the one we're going to use today, and maybe for a long time. Because it seems to work. So, okay, that's what we're going to do. Okay, so you watch me get this bale of hay. Alright, I'll be back. cut the twine for the bale wrap, and then we'll move the hay ring over there. Alright guys, let's see. Well, they'll be happy to have 2 things of hay. The cows tend to eat a little bit more with all the goats than just the goats by themselves. Don't you, Buttercup? Like that. Alright, now let's unwrap it. Let's roll. Alright, so now this is unwrapped. You just want to make sure you try to get as much of all of it as you can, because you don't want the animals eating this bale wrap by accident. Sometimes in the winter though, when it's frozen, it's very cold out, sometimes you'll leave a little bit at the very, very bottom, which that seems to be okay. They don't really eat that part of it anyway. So, okay, so now we're going to have to put this over here for a second. And now we'll try to move the bale ring. Should be easier now though. Watch out, everybody. Let's see if it's loose. Oh, yeah. It's pretty loose. Oh, watch out, goat. Sorry. Watch out. Watch out. Okay, now we will wheel it this way. Watch out, Buttercup. Buttercup. We're getting close. We're getting close. Okay. Now we really are close. And I got to tip it over. Like that. Then we'll have to pull the hay down because of the goats to be safe for them. So, give me a minute and I'll show you at the end. Okay, so as you can see now, we've pulled down a few layers and pushed it down because remember there was that big gap. So it looks like this. Right? When we first put it in, there's this big gap like this, and this is very dangerous for goats. With cows, you know, you don't really have to worry about that as much, besides the fact that they can't really reach that through here. So for cows, you would want to probably just do that too. But for goats, it is imperative because we have lost a few little goats due to this, because they would get in there and then the hay would fall on top of them and they would be stuck and we wouldn't be out here, of course. So they actually got smothered. So very dangerous for goats to see this or to be like this. Oh wow. So we just got to pull it down as best as you can. Sometimes it's stuck and you just have to kind of find where it goes. See what I mean? See? So that goat, obviously, I don't know what's wrong with her, why she did that, but if she would have been a little goat, she could have got stuck in there and then this hay would have fallen on top of her. So there you go. She just exemplified the reason why we do that. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this side because of this mud. So anyways, I will be doing that, and then that's what we do. So now the goats and these cows up here have the new hay. They're going to eat this down. As you can see right now what they're doing. They eat it down once you get the bale ring off of it, and then they will start working on this new bale. So, all right, well, thank you for watching, and please just keep watching and telling everybody about our channel. We really appreciate it, and we appreciate your thumbs up and your comments, and we hope that you have a blessed day. Bye.